Mafias, this is Necrostevo, and it's time for our Tuesday upload battle. Today's match is a UU match that I had against Eeveeingensokyo, aka Nox. Be sure to go check out her channel. I left a link to that in the description. And this is the UU team that I've been tinkering around with quite a while. This is a battle from back when I first built the team. I actually have multiples of all the Pokemon that I have on this team, and so it was kind of a mixture of breeding new things / swapping in and out sets. Like, do I want an offensive Blastoise or a defensive one, or a specially defensive one? Do I want a Scarf Nidoking or a Life Orb one, or do I want a Screeching Crobat or a fully offensive one? I noticed that she had a Trick Room team, so I'm going to lead off with Crobat just to taunt her. This Crobat is actually considerably more bulky than my other Crobat, and so this time it's going to work out because my other Crobat definitely would not have lived a Gyro Ball. It has no HP investment. This one does have HP investment, and it only has enough speed to outspeed, I think, Gazelf in UU. So that works out right there. She can't put up any entry hazards or anything like that. Expecting another Gyro Ball. I'm going to go out into Blastoise, who has speed investment, but only enough to outspeed things like base, like 80 Pokemon that don't run speed investment, little random things like that in UU. But I'm going to go for a Water Spout on the switch, and with the Mystic Water, I'm going to get a 20% damage boost to my water moves. And actually, at that amount of HP, this Blastoise is where it has Hydro Pump, Water Spout, Focus Blast, and Rapid Spin. But at that amount of HP, it is still slightly more powerful to go for the Water Spout instead of Hydro Pump. So as long as I keep an eye on my HP, I'll know which move is more efficient. Now here, I can't stop her from setting up the Trick Room. If I switch out, she's going to set it up. If I stay in and hit her, she's going to set it up. So I'm just going to hit her as hard as I can. At the very least, I was fishing for a crit, maybe, then I could stop her from setting it up that way. But that's kind of an unreliable way to stop the Trick Room from going up. And of course, Trick Room stops, it allows the slowest Pokemon on the field to move first for 5 turns. So a lot of the Pokemon on my team, Scarf Nidoking, Crobat, Cobalion even, are pretty fast, so I'm going to need to figure out a way to stall this out and not let her sweep me with anything for those turns. I know a lot of people, after they set up a Trick Room with Bronzong, they like to explode, because that allows something else to come in for free and have 4 unfettered turns to use Trick Room. Now she switches into a Azumarill on the turn that I use Foul Play, and I was a little bit disappointed with that damage I hit it with. So I was thinking, she's obviously going to outspeed me, because this is a Trick Room team, so she's probably running on minus nature on her Azumarill or something like that. And when I switch out, she shows me the sub, and I'm like, dang it, because that means the Focus Punch is incoming. Now, I did think that Blastoise, with its natural bulk, could live a Focus Punch, so I just wanted to stay and go for Focus Blast to break her sub. Hydro Pump may have broken the sub, but I didn't want to risk it. I wanted to make sure that the sub went down. I would hate to hit the Hydro Pump and then not break the sub, whereas Focus Blast is basically a 50-50. I do live the Focus Punch, which I was quite proud of Blastoise for, because I had counted the Trick Room turns. Now I know I outspeed her, and if she goes for an Aqua Jet, she has a chance to KO me, but I was going to force her into going for that Aqua Jet, basically, if she wanted that. So here she goes for Waterfall. She may have actually been predicting me to switch out right there, because why would you leave a Blastoise in with so little health? But that's okay with me. Now I can go out into a multitude of things that outspeed Azumarill, and I kind of make a little bit of a misplay here. I was actually thinking, okay, she didn't go for Aqua Jet, so maybe she didn't have it, and so I went onto my Flygon, who does not take that Aqua Jet well at all because it's a crit, but even if it weren't a crit, it would have done about half HP, which is just a little bit unnecessary. But, you know, at least I survive it. Unfortunately, this is my version of Flygon that I carry the Life Orb with. I've been playing around with different sets. I really like mixed Flygon. Here, this is a more standard Flygon. Or, I'm sorry, this is my Flygon Arcana rate is a little bit weird because he has Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, Earthquake, and Outrage. And he's a rash nature, so it's kind of there to bluff having max speed, even though it doesn't. And then I have another Flygon that is the good old Choice Bandit Flygon, so that one is very reliable. Here, Slowbro is renowned for setting up Trick Room, and I knew she would probably predict that and just knock me out, but she actually predicted that, but she has the Mental Herb, which, to be honest, I don't really see the Mental Herb outside of VGC play, so that was fantastic by her. There was no way I could have predicted that. I don't think I've ever seen Mental Herb on Slowbro, but good on her to have it. Now, her Scalds are doing paltry damage to Umbreon. If she wants to go for Psychic, I can take that well too. I'm going to go for, I think I was thinking, okay, since her attacks are doing so little damage, let's go ahead and set up the Wish, which of course will allow something to recover 50% of Umbreon's HP. And at this point, unless she has Roar or Dragon Tail, it's going to be easy to switch into my Cobalion. I can set up my rocks, I can hit her with Sacred Swords. This is a max speed and then split HP and attack Cobalion. So with that HP investment, even though I don't have, max IVs, of course, I'm able to take that Earthquake pretty well, set up a Swords Dance, and now hopefully I can, now that, once again, counting Trick Room turns, I can do a good amount of damage with the Sacred Sword. I don't have close combat on Cobalion because he's kind of designed to take hits on this team, and I was quite pleased with how much that Sacred Sword did. She actually misses her Dragon Tail, but in my mind that makes up for the crit that she got with the Aqua Jet. And again, we have to wonder, should I have sent in Flygon there in the first place? So I'm going to be able to take down her Bead Play, the Steelix, and now she has to kind of deal with a +2 Cobalion that is slowly recovering its HP. Cobalion has Iron Head, Swords Dance, Thunder Wave, and Sacred Sword, and that's kind of to serve as a pseudo Paro Flinch that's actually pretty powerful. She's going to go for Psychic, and I don't know if she's running an Analytic Behem or not, but that's going to take me out, and most likely that is an Analytic Behem. The ability Analytic, of course, gives a 30% boost to your special attacks if you move last, and Behem is pretty slow, so that makes sense to run that. I go out into Scarf Nidoking. Scarf Nidoking is fantastic, and if you're playing UU at any point, you should really be prepared for Scarf Nidoking just because it's so common. And I kind of saved it in this match until I took out most of her Trick Room setters here, with Slowbro being the last thing. But even if she survives the Thunderbolt, and she does, she either has to kill off Nidoking or set up the Trick Room, so she can't do both. So forcing her into a situation where the last thing that I have left, I believe, is my Umbreon, and I don't think that Slowbro can do much against that. I kind of hope that she burns me, because if she burns me, it'll help me whittle down her Slowbro, and I'm going to be able to take her out with 2 foul plays, or 1 anyway. So that's going to be the end of that match, a very close 1-0 in UU, but a good match all the same. So if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to sub to the Gaming Mafias, and be sure to check out my channel, and please go check out my opponent's channel. She's a great player, and she has some great music to her battle uploads. Hope you all have a great day, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Alright, bye now.